We're not allowed up there. We're not allowed up there.
It's better here, right?
Yeah, because we're not allowed past the so that we don't want to.
Shoulder.
I've got Mark before, yeah?
It's with a bit of disappointment or a bit of pill that we appeared to receive the decision just this afternoon, in essence, which was to remove evidence from the defence that would be available to us to put to trial next week. This David's trial is already under national security information orders, which make it a secret trial. None of you will be allowed to hear what happens next week. But an extra burden today was that the Crown, the government, was given authority to bundle up evidence and run out the back door with it. They've taken it from us. He's no longer able to put it before a jury. That is a fatal blow in conjunction with the decision that was made a few days ago that limits what we can say to the jury on David's behalf in terms of what his duty as an officer was and the oath he took to serve, as we say, the interests of the Australian people. Well, the ruling was he doesn't have a duty to serve the interests of the Australian people. He has a duty to follow orders. That's a very narrow understanding of law in our view that takes us back really pre-World War II, where I think we all know how military law has been judged since then in terms of compliance to follow orders. So facing that reality, what we're limited to put to a jury in terms of David's duty, which he's waited some 5 years to articulate, together with the removal of evidence, makes it impossible for us realistically to go to trial. And it is a sad day and a difficult day for us to advise David on his options this afternoon. He embraced them. I've asked David not to talk, but give a very simple comment that it's not appropriate for approaching sentence now, and he really can't, so I ask him not to press him inappropriately. Thank you. David,
I will say one thing, and that is I stand tall, and I believe I did my duty.
Yes.
And
We do.
I see it as the beginning of a better Australia.
Very
Thank you all.
Thank you, David! Thank you, David!
and on behalf of David, in the absence of David, we'll be able to speak to Sarah and the mother of people.
It's been a very long battle, both financially and emotionally. Our two girls have been through a hell of a lot, more than anyone should be going through. I'm not giving up hope. He's done the right thing. I've said that from the beginning. Truth and justice will prevail. I'm incredibly proud of him, as are his two girls. Please don't give up on him. We've got to get through this.
won't.
We'll be fighting. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And can I add, just to be precise, we still have an option of an appeal, which we are investigating. Even on the guilty plea, there is an option of an appeal. So we're investigating.
And you too, Jake. Thank you. A special counsel.
Big round of applause for David and his legal team.
I'd like to thank my legal team, led by Mark Davis and Stephen Hodges and Emmanuel Sherry. And of course, Jack and Natalia. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming, folks. As we just heard from Mark, there may be an appeal later on. At this stage, David's been forced to plead guilty. Well, he wasn't forced, but it's the smartest option for now. And let's hoping the sentencing is brief and minimal, to the most minimal standard possible. So thank you all for coming, folks, to support David. What do we think of the government? What do we think of the court? What do we think of the justice system?
What is that
This is a very sad indictment on our Attorney General, Mark Dreyfus, who couldn't intervene in the legal case, but he could send 15 spokes into court. A small army of unidentified people. If you look around, you see them. He couldn't intervene himself. It's a very, very great shame this man is in a position to help in this situation, but he refused to lift a finger. And shame on him and shame on his office for not doing better.
We love you, David. We love you, David. We'll be here next year. We'll be back.
So there's a hearing on the 23rd, but if you watch the social media, we'll be broadcasting what's going on and if we're having a rally down here at that time or not. But the judge said David does not need to appear at that time. Of course, you know, when you're travelling with a whole tribe of people with the costs and the drama and the stress this whole thing creates,
Have a go.
it's a bit of a relief in some ways that the trial has been cut short from 3 weeks down to 5 days, which is, of course, was a expedient thing for David and his team to decide. And also thinking of the taxpayer who's constantly paying out unbeknownst amounts of money to these legal cases which are launched, including our friend Bernard Collaery and David and Richard Boyle's case, I think, amount to $8 million of taxpayer funds. And of course, Dan Duggan, our friend, who's locked up in solitary confinement in Lithgow, also costing the family millions in legal fees. And of course, they've been strangled by the courts and by the government, who refuse to exonerate him and to drop the extradition order forced by the USA on a man who, from all accounts that we can tell, is innocent of all charges. But of course, no charges have been laid. And there's no guarantee what will happen to Dan if he'll get a fair trial. And we're pretty sure if he does get extradited, like Julian, he won't get a fair trial, and they'll suffer a terrible, terrible time in solitary confinement for an unknown time, an unknown length, an unknown duration. Thank you again for coming and for your ongoing support. Some people are down here every day, and some people get down here when they can. It's very much appreciated by our group, the AAPP, and the other groups involved, IPAN, etc., and the peace movements, and the others that are trying to save the planet from both destruction and from injustice. But thank you again, people. Thank you.
That's all right.
I should have changed the time. David showed me that link, and it all happened a bit earlier than possible on the first. I was just trying to share it. David shared that. So basically, Craig gave it to me. He pled guilty because they're going to. So after the hearing yesterday, after the judge said that they weren't allowed to release any of that information to the jury, basically it's under military law, releases any documents. His best option was guilty. That way he gets a chance to be the charge they've got him on is the fact they can't show the evidence that they've got, but all the jury are going to be looking at is the fact that have you got these documents? Yes, you have. So guilty or not, they're guilty. He pled guilty to the 3 charges. Thank you, brother. argued that their best option was to plead guilty. What the charge basically is the evidence back. The charges are what the charges are, and but the good thing is they talk about intention correction order, which means he can be held at home instead of being knocked up and put in the military primary level horrible to the done. He can be locked up. I was glad they brought that up.
Fuck yeah. Here he comes. Do you still want this gun?
Yeah, no, we'll shut that down. Or say something I shouldn't say.
Alright, this is the live. Just a quick update from Canberra about David McBride. So, see you in the morning, I guess. Have a good day. Thank you.